Next, we're going to take a look at Chapter 1, page 31, Example D. This still is harmonization. We're going to follow the same strategies that we did for the other examples. On this example, we're going to start with determining the key signature, just like the others. We have 1 sharp, F sharp, and yes, we are in the key of G major. So I'll write that in. Next, we're going to determine the notes for the 1 chord and the 5 chord for G major. 1 chord notes are G, B, D. That's G, B, D. And the 5 chord try that again. Is D, F sharp, A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I build the chord. Okay. Next, I'm going to determine the common tones for each measure and determine the chords I will select. The first measure, B is common to the 1 chord, A is common to the 5 chord. It starts on B though, so sometimes the note that's in the downbeat will have a bit more influence on the harmony. So we'll use a 1 chord as indicated. On the second measure, we have a G, just a G. That would be a 1 chord. On the third measure, we have A, G, A, 2A, so we can use the 5 chord, since A is common to the 5 chord. Last measure, just a B, that would be a 1 chord. Next system, just like the beginning, B and A, so 1 chord. Next measure, just G, 1 chord. Next measure, it's identical to the third bar of the first system, 5 chord. And for the final measure, to do G, so obviously a 1 chord. So again, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 5, 1, which incidentally is the same chord progression for all of the other examples thus far. Next, I'm going to notate the notes for the left hand. So 1 chord. 5 chord will be D and A. Try to make that A little bit more crossing the line. 1 chord, G and D. Five chord D and A, and the 1 chord G and D. Okay. Next, we're going to play the left hand. So let's try it. It's down here. Okay. We could make all those dotted half notes since there's only 3 beats in a measure. Here we go. 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, shift up. 1, shift back down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, shift up. 1, shift back down. 1, 2, 3. And that's the left hand. Now for the right hand. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and write the lead sheet symbols in. This won't take long. The 1 chord will be a G chord. And the 5 chord will be a D chord. Now let's figure out how to play it. Again, we're looking at parameters. Lowest note is a G, highest note is a B. There's only 3 notes, so we'll just use the fingers 1, 2, and 3. And I'll write in my fingerings. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, like that. Let's play the right hand by itself in G position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, when you're learning it, you could break it into measures, downbeat to downbeat, and kind of learn it in sections. But I'll demonstrate the whole thing. 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, shift up. 1, 2, shift back down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, shift back up. 1, shift back down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, isolate the transitions, but make it a priority to maintain a steady rhythm. Use the metronome if needed. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.